man, it is so good to be back. What is up, Kryptonians? New set, new location, and I have not spoken to you guys in about 2 weeks. So, without further ado, let's talk about Sully. Oh, not that Sully. The Sully that we all really want to talk about. Sully is the true story of the pilot back in 2009 who landed a plane on the Hudson River carrying 155 passengers. And this tells the story of not only that flight, but what happened immediately afterward. The media scrutiny, the impact that all of this had on the life of this captain of this plane, Sully, or whatever his name is. Directed by Clint Eastwood. Now, Clint Eastwood in the last few years is the literal personification of a hit and a miss. Sometimes he hits a home run, sometimes he just hits a ball out to left field, sometimes he swings and misses. Wonder which one this one is. Of the baseball metaphors that I mentioned earlier, I would probably say that this one is kind of a hit out to left field. It's a hit. He got on base. So let's just get this out of the way. It is the oldest cliche in the business today. It's the oldest cliche in movie history at this point. Tom Hanks was really good in the movie. Yes, we all know that. Tom Hanks is good in everything. He's excellent. No matter what movie he's in, even if you're not a huge fan of the movie, you can't help but walk away going, damn, Tom Hanks really killed that shit. At this point, I could watch an entire movie of Tom Hanks using the bathroom, and I would probably still think that he gave that bathroom a really good performance. Aaron Eckhart was really good too. I mean, he brought some humor, he brought some levity to the situation, and it really was a situation. You're really interested in everything that happens with Tom Hanks and the character, this captain that he's portraying. We just think of the flight and we think of the people saved, but this movie takes a look at the impact of that on Sully. It takes a look at how it affects him and the media storm, the media scrutiny, and the investigation as the NTSB tries to find out what happened to this plane and if Captain Sully could have avoided it. I like the fact that this movie plays with the paranoia in your head. It kind of makes you wonder halfway through the movie, like, could he have avoided this? Was this purely like just the last resort, like landing it on the Hudson River? They do a great job of illustrating how dangerous and how crazy it is that this guy was able to pull it off, and how crazy it is that everybody survived. Everybody walked away from it. There are some disposable characters. I mean, there's, Jimmy Olsen from Superman Returns, but again, solid performances all across the board. I like the direction, I like the way the movie was shot, and I like the way they presented this big dilemma. And again, Tom Hanks, not to go back to Tom Hanks for a second, but he perfectly captured the persona of that real-life captain. Based on everything I've seen, interviews, people talking about him, the guy is just stupid humble. Like, he's just crazy humble. In this movie, it's not like he comes across going, oh yeah, I'm the shit, I saved all these people, yeah, cheer me. No, he's kind of like, well, that could have gone the other way, and I'm just glad everybody's okay. Wow. Gotta give Tom Hanks, again, mad respect for pulling that part off. But again, you kind of expect it. It's an old cliche. Tom Hanks was great. Great. My only real issue with this movie is that the movie itself feels a little bit choppy. Clint Eastwood decides to do something a little bit different. He decides to shoot the movie from the perspective of events after the crash first, and then he tries to go back and do some other things throughout this story. It just feels like the story is jumping around from place to place to place. At first, it's following everything that happened after the crash. Then they go back and they do flashbacks. The captain as a kid learning how to fly. There's a flashback that shows the flight, but it's really not even a flashback. It's like this really long-ass 20-minute thing that goes on. And then they jump back to another point in the story that we thought we hadn't had before, and then it jumps back to the present day. And it just feels really choppy for a while, and as a result, there's some parts of this movie that are just hard for me to hold on to. It's not necessarily a huge flaw. I mean, this is one of Clint Eastwood's faster-paced movies. I'm just saying, it is something I noticed while watching the movie. It's like a roller coaster, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and that did kind of wear on my nerves after a while. At the end of the day, Sully is not mind-blowing. It is not this year's Bridge of Spies for me. It's not like one of my favorite movies of the year, but this is a very good time at the movie theaters. Tom Hanks is great. The performances are really good. The story is really interesting. The way it's directed is great. The way that it's shot is really good. I just think that the way they tried to tell some of the story was a little bit choppy. In the end, this is definitely a Man of Steel time at the movies. Guys, that's my review of Sully. I hope you guys go check that out this weekend. I'll have another review for When the Bow Breaks, probably up sometime tomorrow. Can't wait to get back into the swing of things. I miss talking to you guys. I miss talking about movies. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.
Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age.